Welcome to the MedDRA Learning Management System Orientation. During this orientation, we will review what our LMS offers, how to create an account, and how to navigate within the platform. So, let's get started. Our MedDRA Learning Management System, or LMS, is designed to host MedDRA e-learning videos. Within the MedDRA LMS, a user can earn a completion certificate, get some MedDRA refresher training, or even deepen their understanding of coding-specific topics. Let's first begin with creating an account in the LMS. You will direct your browser to the link on the screen. Please note that all of the information in this video is also found here in the MedDRA LMS Guide. The LMS Guide is located here on the login screen of the LMS, as well as within the Learning Management System platform. We will review the guide within the platform later in this video. So, in order to proceed with creating an account, we are going to click Login in the upper right-hand corner of your screen, and then we will select Create New Account. Now you're going to start to enter in your pertinent information. The first one is your first name, and then your last name. Once you've entered in your first name and your last name, we're going to scroll down to Login Credentials. Here you will create your username. It must be 3 or more characters. The username will be used when you log into the LMS in the future. Once you've entered in your username, now you will create your password. Your password must be 8 or more characters, at least 1 digit, 1 capital letter, and 1 of the special characters shown on the screen. Next is the MedDRA ID. Here you will type in your organization's MedDRA ID and then select your country. Once you've entered in your MedDRA ID, go ahead and click on Here to access the API key. You will now be directed to this screen. Type in your organization's MedDRA ID as well as your organization's MedDRA password, and then click Login. This will generate the API key. Copy the API key from this screen and paste it into the API key field. Enter in your email address. Please note, the email address that you enter will be used for all notifications from the LMS. Once you've entered in your email, click Submit. Your account has now been created. This is the dashboard that you will see upon logging into the LMS. You will notice that we have a left-hand menu that we will navigate through one by one. Then we have the main section, which is the dashboard. And then if you scroll down, we have a catalog overview. Let's get started with the left-hand menu. First is the home. Next would be enrollments. However, we are not enrolled in anything at this time, so we're going to skip to catalog. I can locate the catalog, which is used to enroll for the tracks or courses that you would like to complete. I can enroll on the left-hand side, here in the middle of the dashboard, or down below. So I'm going to click on Catalog. And please note, at the time of this recording, only English modules were available. Other non-English modules will be available in the future. So for this example, I have English, and then I also have the copyright information. I'm going to get started by clicking on English, where I am then brought to the certificate track, the non-certificate track, and Meet Your Instructors. I want to take a moment to point out the differences between the two tracks of certificate and non-certificate. In the certificate tracks, there are subtracks with increasing difficulty levels. Within these subtracks, users are required to complete all required modules, including quizzes, and then users will be able to receive a certificate of completion. Whereas in the non-certificate track, there are no subtracks. Users may select any module, quizzes are not required, and scores are not tracked. Also, as well, in the non-certificate track, each slide within the module is available and the user may select at their convenience. Whereas in the certificate track, each slide remains locked until the learner views it. And the user must go through it in order, and then it will become unlocked once they have completed each slide. Then we have the Meet Your Instructor tab. So let's take a look at each of these individually, starting with certificate track. In the certificate track, we have 3 levels of learning: the introduction of MedDRA, basic coding, and advanced coding. Each will show a different description of what is encompassed. For example, in the basic coding, you will notice that if I complete all the modules, I will gain a certificate of completion. If I choose to enroll, I'll scroll back up, and over here on my right-hand side, I will click on the purple Enroll button. I am now enrolled in this course. I also receive notifications that I have enrolled. It says I was successfully enrolled in the course, and I have 60 days to complete my learning. If I do not complete the course within this period, my enrollment will expire and my progress will be lost. I'm going to close out of that, and then I'm going to click on the blue button that says Begin. You now see that I have several modules within this track. I'm going to click on Start, and then Start Module. I am now able to begin the module. You will notice over here on my left-hand side that everything is locked until I actually view it. So I'll start to view it, and that switches to a check mark. Once I have finished viewing and listening to the instructor, it will automatically proceed to the next slide and unlock it. I can always go back to anything that already has a check mark to re-review. However, I cannot click forward until I have actually viewed the material. I'm able to pause at any time, and then if I hit continue, that will take me out of the course back to this screen. I'm able to resume my activity when needed, so I'll click on resume activity just to show it. And it brings me right back to the slide that I left off with, actually where I left off as well. I'm going to click continue to exit out of that course. And then I'm going to use my hamburger menu to get back to the dashboard. My hamburger menu is the 3 lines that are located up in the top left-hand corner of my screen. I hover over that, and I can click on Home. And now I'm back on to the dashboard where we originally started. I'm going to go back to the catalog, click on English, and this time I'm going to click on the non-certificate track modules. Please note that our non-certificate track are more of our refresher training. So for this example, I am going to click on Introduction to MedDRA. You can read about if I want to take this module or get some extra training on anything that's listed in the module within those units. And then I can click on Enroll. I have 60 days to complete this course. I have my notification that popped up to let me know that I have enrolled. And I'm going to click Begin. Here I can start my module. And now you notice that my left-hand menu does not have a lock. So I can quickly jump to whatever I had a question on or needed a little extra help with. And I can navigate through the module as needed. This too, I'm able to scroll up and hit close or continue to exit out. And as well as within the certificate, I can always go back and resume my activity when needed. So I'm going to go back up to my hamburger menu and click on Home. And then I'm going to click on Catalog one more time and English. And then this time I'm going to click on Meet Your Instructors. This allows me to see the English-speaking instructors that are conducting the training modules. Back to my left-hand menu. You will notice now for enrollments, I have enrolled in courses. So you'll see that I have my Introduction to MedDRA as well as my training track. I can access the trainings either way, clicking on them, and it brings me back to the modules, and I can resume my activity as needed. So I'm going back to the hamburger menu and click on Home, and then I'm going to click on my MedDRA LMS guide. Within this guide is all the information that I have been talking about in this video, so you can access it at your convenience, as well as there is also a glossary that you can refer back to as needed. To continue on with our left-hand menu, I'm now going to click on the in-person/webinar schedule. So if you would like to attend a webinar or a face-to-face training, this will direct you to the MedDRA website. Then I'm going to go back and scroll back down. Next is the help. If you have any questions or you need help, you simply click on that. It'll bring you back to the website. And then I can scroll down and see the contact form, and here I can enter in my questions that I might have in the contact form and send it directly to the MSSO help desk. And then finally, the last two items on the left menu are the MSSO privacy statement and Cipher privacy statement. Cipher is the MedDRA LMS platform vendor. That completed the left-hand menu. And now I'm going to scroll back up and click on my profile in my right-hand corner. Now I can see what I'm enrolled in. I'm also able to click on Edit, and then I can edit my password if needed, and any information. I can always click back onto the hamburger menu and click on Home and be brought back to the dashboard. Now I want to show what it looks like if I were to complete a refresher training course. It will give me a badge. You'll notice that I have 100%, I have complete, and then on my screen it says congratulations, I've completed it, as well as I have earned a well done badge. I can click here to view my awards, and you will see that I have my well done badge. This badge is applicable for all of our non-certificate track modules or our refresher trainings that we offer. Now I've clicked on my completed, and you'll notice that for this one I have completed a certificate track. I click on the PDF icon, and there is my certificate of completion for the basic coding learning track that I completed. There are a couple of ways to get to my awards. I can get it from the dashboard. I can go over to my completed and see it from my enrollments. I can click on my profile and click on awards, and then see my badges and my certificates from my profile as well. This now concludes our MedDRA Learning Management System orientation. Thank you for your time.